What's going on, you guys? It's your boy DJP1 here. Long time no talk. It's been crazy over the last couple weeks. I see we've had WrestleMania 40. We've had two brand new tag team championship designs, which is amazing. We have a new women's world champion on Raw, Becky Lynch, because Rhea Ripley unfortunately had to relinquish due to injury. But we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. We got a lot of football to talk about. Just general stuff to talk about. So grab whatever you're sipping on. Park it wherever you're at. Relax. And come join me in this conversation. As my boy LA Knight always says, let me talk to you. All right, so we're going to start off talking about the one thing that is first and foremost in my life right now. Your boy has a pre-op appointment set for May 15th for my bariatric surgery, and we're looking towards the first week of July as my surgery date. I am extremely excited, beyond words. I can't believe that I'm actually going through with this, because anyone that has known me for a while knew for the longest time that I was so hell-bent against ever having this surgery. But I also never thought that I would be in a position in my life to where I need it. And I feel like the reason I was always hell-bent against it is because I always felt that everybody thought that I would be taking the easy way out. And that is not the case. So much goes into this, so much prep, so much time, so much soul searching. Because this is not just an easy way out like a liposuction or anything like that. If you've ever done any research on bariatric surgery, it is a complete and utter lifestyle change. And this is going to be forever. So I'm excited. I'm ready to start my life. And I thought it was kind of fitting that I'm going to be having a surgery that can help shed this burden on my life. Kind of like a new independence. Yeah, it's the first week of July, Independence Day for the United States. I just thought it was kind of fitting for me. I thought it was kind of cool. So yeah. May 15th, your boy goes in. It's at 7:45 a.m. I don't get up near that early. But for this, I will. You can best believe that. And we're going to, now that I got that out of the way, we got WrestleMania 40. Now, to me, personally, I think WrestleMania 40 was quite possibly the best WrestleMania of all time. It was amazing. It was pretty much what they hyped it up to be, honestly. In my opinion, there were so many good matches on it. I think the worst match, honestly, and it pains me to say this because this was the match that I personally had hyped for WrestleMania, talking about how it was going to be the show stealer, going to be the match of the night, blah, blah, blah. The Usos. Jimmy and Jay disappointed me in that match. I expected a little bit different than the route that they took in it, but it still wasn't a horrible match. Like, it wasn't an AEW product, so obviously it wasn't bad. But it wasn't what I expected. But I feel like that's all me. That's my fault. But even like the one match that I didn't really care for going into WrestleMania was the Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio tag match, and that was very entertaining. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. Big kudos to Seth Rollins, realizing that he wrestled both nights and going into WrestleMania with some nagging injuries, and the performances that he put on was nothing short of amazing. A big shout out to Damian Priest on becoming the world champion. That was really cool. I kind of felt bad for Drew McIntyre. You get the belt, and then 5 minutes later, you're losing it to Damian Priest. I am really liking what they're doing with Drew and CM Punk. I think that's going to be amazing once CM Punk comes back. Obviously, Cody Rhodes winning against Roman was the best thing that could have happened. And you want to talk about a good match. I mean, hell, that match had everything. It had Cody and Roman and Solo and the Usos and The Rock and John Cena came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, here comes The Undertaker. Like, the freaking Undertaker comes in and choke slams The Rock and then disappears. Like, come on. You can't not give that the props. I mean, it's the freaking Undertaker. I haven't seen The Undertaker choke slam The Rock since, like, 2000. It's freaking awesome. I honestly think the last time he choke slammed The Rock, he was the American Badass. So, that was really awesome. And you can't go wrong with Big Match John showing up. I thought it was cool. John Cena showed up. He had the epic stare down one more time between him and The Rock. So cool. But yeah, those were like, and then my favorite match of the whole card was the 6 tag team ladder match. That thing was freaking awesome. 12 men in a ladder match. Shit going crazy. And then come to find out that they're splitting the belts, which is even better. So now each show has their own tag team champions. And I think it's awesome that they gave the SmackDown ones to someone like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. That's really cool. I think it's awesome. I think they're a good tag team. They're the quintessential heel tag team that is annoying, and you just want to like just smack the taste out of both their mouths. They do a great job at what they do. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. I love the fact that Raw gave it to The Miz and R-Truth. To see R-Truth holding up a championship at WrestleMania, that made me happy. I was glad to see that. R-Truth's awesome. He deserves it. But yeah, that was my favorite. I still think that Logan Paul should have lost. Whether it be to KO or Randy, it didn't matter to me. I still think he should have lost. I can't stand either one of the Paul brothers. But I do respect Logan for the effort that he has put in to the WWE. I can't stand the man personally, but I'll give him respect on that aspect. But yeah, we got Backlash coming up, next weekend, I think? Yeah, next weekend. Which I'm ready for that. That's gonna be cool. I'm excited for that. And now we've got, while we're waiting on Backlash to show up, we got the NFL draft this week. Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Mainly the only day you really care about is Thursday. I'm excited for the NFL draft, but also as a Vikings fan, I am extremely nervous for the NFL draft. Because it seems like no matter what, our starting quarterback this year is going to be Sam Darnold. Now, I'm not completely sold on the Sam Darnold thing, but I'm also not off board either. I think Sam Darnold has gotten a bad rap, and I think he really was dealt a shitty hand with a bad team and a bad management system. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't come on to the Minnesota Vikings and do well with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkins and now Aaron Jones as your back, you don't deserve to be in the NFL. So there's that. And what makes me nervous is I know going into this draft, we're getting a quarterback. It's just, what is it going to cost us and who are we going to get? That is my big issue. I do realize that we have 2 first-round picks, and I think they're going to screw it up and trade both first-round picks and a first-round for next year to get J.J. McCarthy. I don't think that's the right move. I don't really understand it because I feel like if we play the cards the way they are, we can still get J.J. McCarthy at 11. And even if we don't get J.J. McCarthy, we can get Bo Nix. We can get Michael Penix. We can get Spencer Rattler later on. Like, there's other quarterbacks out there. I feel like this is going to be the Trevor Lawrence draft all over again, where there's just like one good one and the rest of them are shit. And I am a diehard Michigan Wolverines fan. I have been since 2001. And I will be until the day that I take my last breath. But I do not trust, after seeing everything that I can look up and find, I do not trust J.J. McCarthy to run an NFL team. I just don't. I don't see it in him. I could be wrong. Lord knows when it comes to quarterbacks, I've been wrong as many times as I've been right. Because if I was right every single time, Tim Tebow would have just been retiring, probably a 5-time Super Bowl champ. Johnny Manziel would have been the face of the Browns for the next 15 years. Let's see. The Colts would have 3 more Super Bowls at least because of Andrew Luck. Robert Griffin III would have been bigger than Michael Vick. So yeah, I've definitely had my blunders, but I've also had some that have been right. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow was the man. C.J. Stroud will be better than Bryce Young. Trying to think what else. I called the Christian McCaffrey right. I know it's not quarterback, but still, I'm going to take that one. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I'm just afraid it's going to cost us too much. And from what all the analysts and stuff are saying, he's just a Kirk Cousins with less money. I want somebody that's a game changer. Like, damn it, I've been a Vikings fan since 1996. I have seen mediocrity at its finest, and I have seen wasted talent and wasted teams. And it all goes back to the fact that we can't draft a fucking quarterback to save our damn life. We can't. Go and look at the quarterbacks that the Vikings have drafted. Teddy Bridgewater was different. I think Teddy, had he not gotten hurt, I think that would have been a different situation. Do I think he would have won us a Super Bowl? I don't know. You never know. But would our course of action had been different had he not had that catastrophic injury? Yes. Because one, we would have never traded a first-round pick for that year to Philly to get Sam freaking Bradford. That was just a shithole. Like, if you go and look at like the Vikings quarterbacks over the last 20 years, we've never really had, other than signing Brett Favre for like 2 years, and let's be honest, it was really only one because he checked the hell out halfway through the second season. If it was just like other than Brett Favre that 1 year, we've not had the best one we've had was Teddy Bridgewater. And we didn't get him for very long because of that injury. And then, like, we've had Tavares Jackson and the freaking Christian Ponder era. God, that was awful. And we've had, no names like Bradford and Matt Castle and Case Keenum, even though he got us to an NFC Championship game. I think the Vikings would have had a good shot at a Super Bowl had they not signed Cousins and went with Case Keenum, because that team was so behind him, so behind Case Keenum. And, when they decided to sign Kirk Cousins, that took all the wind out of the sail for the Vikings, I think. But anyway, I'm just worried about them getting it right. There's a lot of prospects out there. We'll see what happens. I know the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams 1. Jaden Daniels, my fault, will probably go 2. And then New England will probably take Drake May. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I hope the Vikings end up with Drake May at quarterback. Or if we get J.J. McCarthy, I hope, we don't have to trade for him. I hope they stick to their guns and stay at 11, because there's no team there that's going to take a quarterback after the top 3. None of them. The Chargers they have Herbert. The Jets have Rodgers. The Falcons just got Cousins. The Cardinals, they've got Kyler. Like, it's not... You got a lot of teams that are going to get wide receivers. A lot of teams are going to get offensive line, defensive line. I don't see any of those a tight end, because the Jets are right before the Vikings. They could take Brock Bowers. They don't really have a tight end. And you pair Brock Bowers with Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. Whew. That offense is going to be scary up there in New York. And now with the Bills not having an offense, Stephon Diggs gone. All their other wide receivers are gone. They don't really have anything. It's going to be interesting to see what teams do what. But that'll be Thursday and then Friday. I'm not going to talk about baseball because my White Sox are an embarrassment to the game. I'm 36 years old. I've been a White Sox fan for 32 years. I have never seen a team this bad. Never. This is the worst time ever to be a Chicago White Sox fan. But what do? You take the good with the bad. Unfortunately, right now, there's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad players, a lot of bad management, a lot of bad coaching. Just a lot of bad. A lot of bad. I think the best thing for our team is for Jerry Reinsdorf just to sell. Sell it. Put us out of our misery. Get us someone who gives a shit. Because obviously you freaking don't. Because you take away the 2005 World Series, we haven't won jack shit in the last 30 years. We really haven't. Wasted Frank Thomas's career. One of the greatest home run hitters of all time. My all-time favorite baseball player. You take away our fluke World Series, and I'll say it. It was a fluke World Series victory. I was so thankful that I got to see it, but it was a fluke. You take away that World Series, we have not won a damn thing really over, 24? So let's 30 years. It's been bad. Jerry Reinsdorf needs to sell the team and give us White Sox fans some freaking hope. Because as long as he's writing the checks, he's ruining our team. We don't have a shot in hell at accomplishing anything. I told Brett this. Me and Brett was talking about baseball right before the season started. Because, anybody knows Brett knows he's a big Reds fan. We was talking about our teams, and I told him, I was like, you guys are going to have a good season this year. And they will. The Reds are a good team. I love watching Ellie De La Cruz play. Like, that kid, woo, boy. But anyway, he's like, he goes, how do you think your Sox are going to do? And I told him, I said, I guarantee you we lose 100 games this year. The way we're playing, oh yeah. I'm on cue for that 100 team loss. That's for sure. I've not seen them play this horrible my entire life. But yeah, so there's that. Trying to think what else. I've been watching some movies. I started the Fallout TV show. If you've ever played the Fallout games, I highly, 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 highly recommend watching that TV show on Amazon. It's really freaking good. I've been watching that. I've been trying to watch The Boys. I've been trying to get into that. I'm having a hard time getting into that show. My wife and I are caught up on. We binged the crap out of Chicago PD. That's a great show if you like crime. If you like cop shows. We just got caught up on The Rookie. Let's see. I've been watching some movies too. I finally watched Braveheart the other day. One good thing about my job, I work at home, so I get to watch movies and stuff while I'm working. So that's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, I watched Braveheart, which was good. I couldn't believe I'd never seen it before. That that was definitely a entertaining movie. The fight scenes in that movie are freaking crazy. Mel Gibson kicked ass. Then I watched Wolf of Wall Street again. Can't go wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's see what else we got here. Guns Akimbo. Have you guys heard of that movie? Or Daniel Radcliffe? That movie's freaking badass. I feel like a movie with a lot of action and shooting and gore. Definitely give that one a shot. That movie, pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. That movie was intense. It was really cool. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly. And then I watched Grandma's Boy today and Ocean's 11. First time I've seen Ocean's 11 too. I enjoyed it. I don't know why I've been on like a heist and spy type mood. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. Nothing too crazy. Just started the Roku channel series for WWE called it's called Next Gen, WWE Next Gen. It's all about like people trying out for WWE and stuff. So far, it looks pretty awesome. I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me lately. Not a whole lot. We've been kind of just relaxing, taking it easy. Had my sister-in-law and brother-in-law and their kids over here Saturday. That was a lot of fun. We were supposed to play board games and stuff, but me and my nephew kind of ditched them, and we got in my game room with the Xbox, and we ended up listening to music and playing video games and stuff. So we did that for a little bit, and then by the time everybody got together and was going to play the game, my wife and sister-in-law were pretty much the only two into it, and they played for a little while, and then they ended up going home. But that was a lot of fun on Saturday. Just something about people you love being around and all that stuff. It's a good time. I was going to do a podcast episode with my nephew, but I don't know why we didn't. I think we got talking about music and stuff, and then learning about the type of music he likes, and then we started talking about similar rappers that we like and stuff. We started talking about the football draft. My wife and I got him a Joey Bosa jersey for Christmas because that's his favorite player. I was like, oh, this feels weird buying a Chargers jersey, but right on. It was cool. Like, I don't know. I wish we lived closer than we do, but I think if we did, then our visits wouldn't be as special. But I would like to, especially now that I'm having this surgery, I'd like to be around more. I'm excited for this fall to be able to go to his football games because he plays football. And my niece just started playing soccer, so I'm going to be able to go to her soccer games, which that'll be fun. I'm not really into soccer too much. I don't know why. Just kind of never really caught my eye, but you always got to go to support the fam. But anywho, oh yeah, we also got the NBA playoffs. Go Bucks. And the NHL playoffs. Don't give a shit who wins. My Blues aren't in it. We missed it by like one game. Freaking can't believe it. But oh well. We always got next season. So I'm excited to see who wins this year. It's gonna be an interesting playoffs. The NBA, I don't really care about the NBA, to be honest. I do and I don't. Like, my issue with the NBA is the game has changed. And I understand that, times change, so things have to evolve. Because God knows football nowadays is not like football 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Just like the NBA is not like it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But in my opinion, the NBA has changed for the bad. There's too much three-point shooting going on in the NBA, and I feel like it's just boring. I don't enjoy watching people just shoot threes all the time. Like, when I was growing up, like, my nephew's 12. So when I was 12, see, I was 99. The NBA was the shit back then. That was back when Shaq and Kobe were dominating everybody. You still had classic players like Karl Malone, and you had up-and-coming players like Kobe Bryant, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, like all these awesome players. Nowadays, you don't have that. That style of play, that caliber of player, in my opinion, is not there anymore. Like, you take the All-Stars from then against now it gets smashed. Like, not even, like, no way, man. There's no way. Like, I would love to see. Okay, let's just do the 20-year difference. Take whatever team, and I don't care who it is, take whatever team wins the 2024 NBA championship and put them up against the 2004 NBA champion Detroit Pistons, and I guarantee you the Pistons would smash whatever team wins this year. It's just the nature of the beast, and like, I don't like really that the center position is gone. The power forward position is pretty much gone. Like, I don't like it. Like, if you put Shaq out there now, oh my word, he'd be averaging like 50 points a game on all these soft-ass centers. I don't know. That's just me and how I view the NBA. I don't feel like it's as good as it used to be. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we can talk about, really. How many of you guys listen to that new Taylor Swift album? Anyone? Anybody? Lord knows I haven't. I'm not going to lie and be one of those people like, oh, I hate Taylor. No, No, I used to be a Swiftie. I'm not going to lie to you. I used to rock some T-Swizzle. Matter of fact, one of my favorite memories when I worked at the YMCA here in Brazil was me and my old coworker Ellie rocking out to her Taylor Swift CD with her CD player. Like, that's all we did that day. We sat in the front office and just rocked out to Taylor Swift. I'm not going to lie and say I wasn't. I used to be. I can't stand her anymore. And like, it does suck. Because, like, old Taylor has some bangers. But I don't know. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. But I do know that her new album dropped and people went freaking nuts over it. And if that's your bag, if that's what, you like to listen to, more power to you. It's not my cup of tea anymore, but if that's what you like, I respect you for it. But yeah, I think that's about all that I have for right now. I'm working on getting some more guests on. Hopefully going to have my boys over from Mad Bash Studios. Hopefully going to get them on here with me here soon. I'm going to try and get the stunning Sean Franklin on here so he can talk to you. And we can have a good conversation with him. Brett and I are supposed to be having a weekly music talk session, so look out for that coming up. By the way, this podcast is sponsored by Cyples Records. Go on over to Terre Haute, hit up my boy Brett. He's got anything and everything you need for all your musical needs: records, cassettes, 8-tracks, CDs, record players. My man's got it all. He can hook you up. If he ain't got it right there on the spot, he can get it. So go on over to Cyples Records there in Terre Haute. Hit my boy Brett. Tell him that the Final Stance podcast sent you over there. But yeah, so we got some things cooking. Look out for this weekend. I'm going to be trying to get the wife on here. We're going to do a little crime podcast. We'll talk about some true crime. I'm going to love that because the wife is big on that stuff. So look out for that. And if I'll talk to you before the weekend, I hope everybody has a great week. I love y'all. Godspeed. It's your boy DJ P1, and this has been my Final Stance.